everyone, welcome to today's session of Basics of Crypto. What we are actually going to discuss specifically in Basics of Crypto is the difference between a coin and a token, the new listings on XREX, and how to identify, the background of a project, or how to identify a good investment opportunity in crypto. My name is Naimish. I am the founder of CoinCrunch India. It's a India-based cryptocurrency news portal, and I've been educating people around cryptocurrency and blockchain since 4 years now. So I'm here with XREX. Thank you for the opportunity to talk to you guys and explain to you the difference between coins and tokens and how to make the right decision while investing in cryptocurrencies. So let's begin. As I said, that these are the three topics that we are going to discuss today. The first one is the difference between coins and tokens. Of course, you must be hearing it a lot. Some cryptocurrencies are called coins and some are called tokens. Then we are going to discuss how to select a project. If you want to invest in cryptocurrencies, the market is nascent. There are a lot of scams around. So how do you basically identify what is more likely to succeed and less likely to fail? And then the third and the final topic we are discussing today is what are the new listings on XREX? What are these coins or tokens representing, and whether or not it is something that you would be interested in looking. So let's start with tokens versus coins. But obviously, it's not as simple, and the cryptoverse or the crypto ecosystem is much more complicated than just calling it coins and tokens. So this sheet in front of you, the slide shows different kinds of cryptocurrencies or crypto assets, and we will take it one by one. So in the middle, you have the biggest, the most topmost cryptocurrency, which is Bitcoin or BTC, as you can see. Currently, it is under the box called store of value. Now, initially in 10, 12 years ago, when Bitcoin came into existence, it was created as an alternative to fiat money. It was used as a currency, a digital currency, which can be used anywhere and everywhere in the world over the internet. And today, Bitcoin is trading at above $35,000. It's very hard to sort of transact with Bitcoin. It's quite slower than other payment mechanisms. Hence, it has become sort of like a store of value now instead of a currency. So that's why we call it a store of value. It's considered to be digital gold, and its value appreciates over time because of its limited nature or limited supply and other features that come along with cryptocurrencies. So that's Bitcoin for you. Once Bitcoin was becoming mainstream, a lot of other tokens and cryptocurrencies came into existence. Below store of value, you can see something called as smart contracts. So that was the second type of cryptocurrencies. Now Bitcoin can only be used to make transfers from one place to another, but the smart contract based cryptocurrencies or networks allow you to build on top of them. So what Bitcoin brought in as a concept of decentralization, the value transfer without any intervention of a central authority, it was upgraded to now allow for creating applications on top of the blockchain, which will also be decentralized and not controlled by any authorities. That's why Ethereum, ADA, Polkadot, Tron, Solana, Neo, all these ecosystems are essentially allowing people to build on top of these networks and utilize the decentralized blockchain network that they've built in order to create more and more applications that does not require a central authority to control it. On the right side, you have something called as exchange tokens, and below that you have utility tokens. So when we say we are going to talk about coins versus tokens in the future in this session, but just for this slide's purpose, understand that these are, when we call it a utility or an exchange token, they basically are created to serve a certain purpose. An exchange token is created to allow you certain discounts on the exchange, or governance on the exchange, where you are made part of the decision making of the future of the exchange. So that's an exchange token. And then you have utility tokens. Each one of them here, there is Filecoin, there is CVC, there is SC, there is Link. These coins or tokens serve a different purpose on the blockchain. So they are used to fulfill a utility and not just used as a payment mechanism or store of value. So they have a utility, and hence they are called the utility token. Underneath that, we have digital currencies. Now, as I said in the beginning, Bitcoin was actually truly the first decentralized digital currency. But as the price grew, it became more and more complicated to transact with Bitcoin. So other digital currencies or other cryptocurrencies began to take its place. So all these currencies here, XRP, LTC, Bitcoin Cash, XLM, and others, they all were created in order to be payment mechanisms, in order to be medium of exchange. They are faster than Bitcoin in certain cases, or they are using a different mechanism, but they are all here to serve the purpose of the medium of exchange, to replace the fiat currency, right? Now let's move to the left side of the board. We have something called as stable coins. Now this is, in my opinion, one of the most amazing innovations in the world of like cryptocurrency or cryptoverse. What happened with all of these currencies and utility tokens and digital currencies and store of value is that the price at the end of the day was very volatile. In the morning, the price could be something. In the evening, the price could be 5 or 10% less or more. So it became a problem in order to transfer value effectively. And hence, on the left side, we have stable coins. Stable coins are essentially cryptocurrencies that are pegged to a certain value. So all the USDT, USDC, BUSD, all of these are pegged to the US dollar. So every time you make a transaction, if you send 100 USDT, they are going to be equal to 100 US dollars. So you do not lose value when you're making transfers to make payments or something else, right? So that's why they're called stable coins, and they could be either asset-backed tokens. So a company has launched a token, a stable coin, but they have essentially bought some assets with the money that they are launching these tokens for. So it's either backed like that, or it could be crypto-backed or crypto collateralized tokens as well, which we'll not get deep into, but try to understand the stablecoin economy as something that has a fixed value, right? Again, on furthermost left, you have Doge, Theta, Clay, and IOTA. These are cryptocurrencies which essentially try to do something different. Doge was created as a joke. IOTA uses a next level of blockchain. It's called the Hedera, hash graphs, a lot of other technologies. So these are more innovation that comes in the crypto industry. And then we have at the left bottommost the NFTs, non-fungible tokens. So all of the tokens that the coins that we spoke about are fungible. So one Bitcoin is equal to one Bitcoin, and every single Bitcoin is the same. But when we talk about non-fungible tokens, they are essentially tokens that are unique, and there is only one of its kind. So they can be used as like a certificate of authentication mapped to a digital art. So I have a photograph on the internet, but the proof that that photograph belongs to me can be on the blockchain using NFTs. So that's what NFTs are. And there will be more sessions on XREX to learn more about all of these tokens and coins in the future, and NFTs as well. Let's quickly jump to the comparison slide between tokens and coins. There are two slides. Actually, this one is more about getting the basics right. So a token is a digital asset issued on a particular project or a blockchain. So essentially, a coin is the native currency of a blockchain. So if there is a blockchain and there is a currency that represents that blockchain, it's called a coin. But a token represents a project that is built on top of another blockchain. So anything built on Ethereum is going to be called a token. But Ethereum itself is a coin because it's the representative of the Ethereum blockchain. So Doge, Bitcoin, excuse me, Ethereum are all coins, and Uniswap and other exchange tokens and utility tokens are essentially tokens because they're built on top of another blockchain. So yeah, the second point says the same thing. Tokens don't necessarily operate on their own blockchain. Coins can operate on their own blockchain with their own protocol. The third point is tokens can be used for payments and signing digital agreements. As I said before, tokens can be different kinds: exchange tokens, utility tokens. So when we say it's a utility token, that means it provides or fulfills a certain utility. So it can be used for various purposes, even signing digital agreements. But coins can only be used as a source of payment or medium of exchange on the blockchain in order to facilitate transactions on the blockchain itself. So there are some examples: utility and DAO tokens. On the other side, there's Bitcoin and Ethereum. On the coin side, we already discussed that. Moving on to the second slide with certain examples. Coin, it's native to a blockchain. As I said, example is Ethereum token, uses other coins blockchain, example Uniswap. Now, transactions of crypto coins are handled by the blockchain. So if you are making a transaction of Ethereum or Bitcoin, the blockchain itself is handling the transaction. But tokens are created on top of this blockchain using something called as smart contracts. So the smart contracts on top of these blockchains, they essentially handle the transactions of tokens, while the transactions of the cryptocurrencies are done by the blockchain itself. Coins help with functioning of the blockchain. So if there is no coin to a blockchain, it's not going to incentivize enough people to maintain it. Hence, coins act as an incentive for the blockchain to be running smoothly without any issues. So it can be used as a medium of exchange or a store of value. Tokens are built on top of blockchain and hence can be used for several purposes. We already discussed that, like utility, currency, asset class. It could be a representation of something, signing agreements, certificates, etc. So that's the basic difference between coins and tokens. So every time someone says that they've invested in a token, think of them as that's a project that is built on top of another blockchain. And if they say it's a coin, that means it's its own ecosystem, it's its own blockchain. So quick example here, Ethereum. You have the Ethereum coin, right? So think of Ethereum blockchain as a car and the tokens inside this car as passengers, right? So if you want to move one token to another, you need that smart contract transaction. You need a blockchain transaction to do that. So to do that transaction, to move the car from one place to another, what you need is fuel. And in Ethereum blockchain, this fuel is called gas and it is paid for in Ethereum, the native cryptocurrency of the blockchain. Hence, Ethereum coin is driving the Ethereum blockchain to make transactions on top of Ethereum blockchain. So that's why the Ethereum coin is necessary, and it's not considered a security but a utility, because it's required to pay the fees and it drives this function of the blockchain. So that ends the idea of tokens versus coins. Let's now understand that, what kind of projects or what kind of coins or tokens, what kind of research you should do before you decide to sort of invest in these coins or tokens. Okay? Now, here's the thing. Everyone, you, me, people at XREX should do the research before making an investment, right? But the thing is that with cryptocurrencies and the lack of regulations in the industry, it's really easy for someone to launch a project that is a scam and fool you into investing in it. So it's important that a few parameters are checked all the time, right? And in the next slide, I will explain where to find this information. In this slide, let's understand what is the information that you should be looking for. Again, this is not a financial advice, but this is just an advice to ensure that you minimize your risk when you decide to invest in a crypto coin or a token, right? So first and the foremost thing you should check is the team. You should check the history of the project, the history of the team, who's behind it, and the credibility. Sometimes the teams are anonymous, but you can still check their past work because on their social profiles, on their technology profiles like GitHub and all, to ensure that they have credible background, even if they are anonymous, right? Then the second thing that you should be checking is community. So let's say there is a project that has been around for a year or so. Is the community supporting it? Is there a community around that project that allows it to proliferate, that allows it to be shared across the world, right? So that's a very important thing. If there is no community, there is no use for the project. Right? You're building it for someone, and if there is no one there to use it, what is the use of the project that you've built? Then the third and funny thing is that you don't need technological background to understand the technology and roadmap of the project, but it helps. If you are a techie, you should always go and check GitHub of the project, see how many edits, how many changes they've done on the project in the past, some time, to understand if they're regularly updating their project or not. They're regularly, checking for bugs or not, right? And it's a good sign if they're regularly updating it. But if you're not a techie, then what you have to do is open the roadmap of the project and see if they actually delivered what they promised to deliver within the timeline that they promised it. So if they've done it, it means they're on the right track. Then you have the white paper. It's the Bible for a crypto project. They will tell you exactly what kind of problem is there in the industry and how they're planning to solve it. But what you should be asking is this really a problem that needs solving? Is this really a problem that needs my attention? And if it is, are they really solving it? And if the answer to these questions is yes, then maybe it's a good time to back that project, because if they're solving the problem that is actually existing, in the long run, it could be a good idea. Then you have to check the vision and leadership, all the things that they've mentioned, the roadmap, the white paper, the team, the community. Do this all add up into something that can go on for a long time, right? For the next 10 years, 5-10 years, the project is going to be around. Is the team going to be around? So is the vision good enough to run it for the 10 years? This is something that you should be checking as well. Now, if the project is old, 1, 2, 5, 10 years old, then the next thing that you should check is also how it has performed. So what has been the price movement of the project? If the project is constantly going down, might not be a good idea to invest in it. But if it has its cycles, it goes up, down, maybe a good time to invest when it is down, right? Because it may go up because they are doing all the checklist things that are there on before the price history. So the last and the most important, actually, in my opinion, is the transparency, right? So it's a decentralized project. Everyone has access to what you are building. So it is more prone to hacking than any other industry. And everyone makes mistakes. The projects get hacked, the projects suffer losses. But what is important is the project being transparent about it? Have they hidden the information? Have they hidden it from the community? If not, if they're transparent about it, if they come out and are clean, then it might be something that you should be investing in, because they're building that trust factor when it comes to building their project. Now, all of this information, let's take an example of Solana, and let's try to find all of this information for Solana as a project, right? And at the last point, you can see the source of information. So you can go to websites, aggregators like CoinGecko and CoinMarketCap to find all of this information about any project that you want, right? And if you don't find this project over there, that means maybe it's not the right time to invest in that project. So Solana is an example. You can see that Bitcoin, as I said, was slow. Ethereum is slow. Many other blockchains are slow. So Solana solves that problem, right? It's a high-speed blockchain currently, popular for launching projects that require faster payments, micropayments, and easy scalability. It's high speed. It's cheap. So people can use Solana to build projects that require small payments frequently. That cannot be done on Ethereum because it's too slow for that and it's too expensive for that. So Solana solves a problem, right? Who is the team behind it? Some network engineers who are quite famous. They worked in Google. They worked in Qualcomm. So all of these people come with good pedigree, good credibility. So the team is sort of okay to back, right? Then you have to see the market cap. So market cap is your price history. Currently, the market cap is about $30 billion. When I made the slide, it was 32. So Solana has $30 billion worth of market cap. The total Solana in circulating supply is worth $30 billion. That means it's a huge amount that people have invested in the project, which means it's sort of okay to look into the project. It's not a failed project, because if it was a failed project, this much money would not be in it, right? Then you have the community aspect of it. Solana has over 1.75 million followers on social media. So you have the community support as well. Then you have the technology and roadmap. You can go to GitHub, you can go to CoinMarketCap and see how many times they've adjusted the code, they've fixed the bugs, and they continuously do it, right? In the past 2 weeks, there were over 3,000 changes made to the blockchain in the past 2 months. So you know that they are constantly striving to make the project better. Then you have huge number of backers. So Solana has FTX exchange backing it up, a lot of other prominent crypto industry, A16Z, everything, everyone in the industry, the who's who of the industry is backing Solana. So you know that it's a good project because it is being backed by all these people, right? And again, all of this information can be found on CoinGecko and CoinMarketCap. This is just a really great example of a project. But again, I said before, and I'm saying it now, this is not a financial advice. This is not an exact science. You have to apply your mind and do the research. And again, only invest money that you can afford to take the risk for. So that's one advice I want to give you. Last and final topic of the day is the new listings on XREX exchange. One of them is obviously Solana. You can see it's at the end. We've already discussed Solana excessively, but it's one of the coins listed on XREX. If you want to invest in Solana, you can go to XREX and do it. The other three coins are Maker, Link, and Dot. So Maker is a governance token of MakerDAO, which generates DAO, an algorithmic stablecoin valued at $1. So DAI is the first and currently the only algorithmic stablecoin, which is very successful. So MakerDAO has built a DAO, and the Maker token acts as the governance token. So every decision that the decentralized organization makes is based on the votes given by the people who are holding Maker token. So MKR Maker token acts as the governance token for that. Similarly, there's Link. Currently, there is no blockchain project that is not using Chainlink. Chainlink essentially prepares offline data, off-chain data of the pricing of other computations. You know, most of the projects use Chainlink's oracles to get prices of the cryptocurrencies in real time. So Chainlink and the Link token is a payment token in the ecosystem. So Link is being used as a payment and governance token of the Chainlink ecosystem. Then you have Polkadot. It's again a governance token of the Polkadot ecosystem, and it can be used for proof of stake consensus. So the Polkadot you have, if you stake them, you can use these tokens to essentially secure the network and earn interest or earn more tokens by staking these tokens. So that's why these are really popular cryptocurrencies, and some of them have been around for over 4 or 5 years now. So these are the new coins on XREX. You should check them out, and if you do the research and if you find enough information and if you are confident to invest in them, then you can use XREX to sort of invest in it. That's my time, guys. I'm Naimish Sanghvi, and I hope that I was able to help you understand the difference between coins and tokens and other basics of cryptocurrency. Thank you.